Josep Bartomeu has resigned as president of Barcelona, but does it count as a victory for Lionel Messi in the ongoing battle between the two? With Bartomeu gone, is Messi now more likely to stay? Who's going to be the new president? And how soon can Barca fans get back to concentrating on football?
Mark, we've been talking about this all year, it seems. We know what the problems are between Bartomeu and between Messi. When Messi spoke to us in September, he kind of aired it all in public and everyone got to see how much of an issue it's been. But how much is this resignation a direct consequence of all that that ongoing saga in the summer?
Yeah, it's basically an accumulation of things that started. Obviously, the situation started to deteriorate midway through last season, and they sacked Valverde in January, which was a surprising move given Barcelona were still top of the league at the time. There were obvious issues there, but the timing of that decision blew everybody away because they had no replacement lined up, and it's just kind of, the situation has kind of spiraled out of control since there. We've had one scandal after another. We had the Barca gate, which I think was an absolutely monumental development in Bartomeu's decline and ultimate demise. And then we had, you even had minor subplots like Abidal criticising the players, blaming them for a lack of effort, perceived lack of effort in leading to Valverde's resignation. The Messi interview was the moment where a kind of bombshell was dropped on the entire football world, and Barcelona in particular, because this guy doesn't come out and say very much. And he came out and he tore strips out of Bartomeu, accused him of lying to him, in promises, and the club had no project. It was all laid bare. It had already been laid bare, let's face it, on the pitch when they were beaten 8-2 by Bayern Munich. That was the accumulation of the sporting mismanagement of the club, coupled with the financial mismanagement of having so many players who didn't fit into a system and just spending recklessly. You could go back as far as 2017 when Neymar left, when he started to lose the dressing room, and it was a bit of a breakdown between the boardroom and the dressing room. Players were no longer completely believing what Bartomeu was telling them. 3 years ago, Neymar said, "This president is a joke." And that's been proven quite prophetic, because it's just been one embarrassment after another. And they have become a laughingstock at the end of the day, Barcelona. It's a once proud club that now is the subject of a million memes, as we've said before. And just, I find it staggering.
I mean, we know that the camps are very much against each other, Ignasi. And you've been in the midst of this the whole way through. This is a win for Messi's camp, right? I mean, from his perspective, it's definitely a step in the right direction.
I would say yes, because obviously Messi is staying at the club and Bartomeu is not. But it's funny to watch it, because Messi, who wanted to leave, is inside Barcelona, and Bartomeu, who wanted to stay, is outside Barcelona. That's the big Messi's dimension. We can definitely say that Messi has won, and indeed maybe things could change to him, but it would depend on his patience. Bartomeu is not there anymore. But I don't think that the election can take part in this 2020, so it should happen next year, probably in February. But it happens that Messi is going to be free to negotiate to whatever he wants from the 1st January. So if Barcelona doesn't rush these conversations to him, he could easily leave Barcelona. It's still too early, that's true, but the chance is still open, because I want to remember that the actual board, it's a provisory board with no plenty powers inside Barcelona, and they cannot sign any renewal.
From the club's perspective, Mark, I mean, does this not buy them time a little bit? Gives them, and is it really important that it happened before the window opened and speculation ratcheted up again?
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, if you're looking at it from the outside as a supporter of the club, you're kind of thinking, as Ignasi has pointed out there, that okay, well, the problem has been removed from the situation. The issue, I would argue, is that the solution is a long way off. Just because Bartomeu is gone, I don't think Barcelona's problems are over in any way, shape, or form. The financial situation is pretty grim at the moment. This is news that should be welcomed, obviously, because of how badly the club has been run for years and years and years. But there's still a hell of a long way to go for Barcelona to get out of this trouble, and to convince Messi that it's worth him staying or finishing his career at this club.
So Ignasi, who are the front runners for getting Barcelona out of this? Who are the candidates for the presidency?
There are 5 pre-candidates already confirmed for running on the election. These are Jordi Ferrer, Víctor Font, Luis Fernández Alá, Toni Freixa, and Agustí Benedito.
Where's it going to be won and lost? I mean, everyone's going to come in and say, well, we're going to do all we can to keep Lionel Messi here. But we've heard talk about people saying that Laporte might bring Guardiola back. Let's talk about Xavi coming back to the club. Where are the main sort of like manifesto points that are going to win this election for whoever does?
It is true that very often the winner of the election is the one who puts more mediatic or interesting names on the table, not only thinking on players, but the manager, the coach, or whatever. Xavi has already been linked, and that's true, with Víctor Font pre-candidature. So let's see. Anyway, from Xavi's circle, it is said that he assumes that he's the main favorite to many candidates. So even if Víctor Font doesn't win that election, Xavi very probably is going to be the next Barcelona coach.
2020, the longer it goes on, it seems like this season is more of a write-off for Barcelona. So if we are to take that as the likely possibility that Xavi will be the next manager, I mean, what does that mean for Barcelona fans? Is that a reason to get excited? Is it going to be the same sort of thing where that world-class player does come back and turns out to be a great manager too? Has he been proven enough?
Well, that's the big question, and it's becoming more and more common now. We're seeing clubs across Europe turning to coaches that maybe don't have the best, certainly don't have a proven track record when it comes to coaching, but they have a big name, or maybe have star power. They can attract big names to the club, or they can command the respect of a dressing room full of superstars. That comes with certain risks, and obviously there are still question marks over the likes of Frank Lampard at Chelsea, at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Manchester United legend, brought back to the club after an unsuccessful spell at Cardiff. He did okay in Malden, his native Norway. Yeah, there would be serious question marks over that. I know a lot of people connected with Barcelona and follow Barcelona would be far happier to bring Guardiola back. That would be the dream, obviously, to have the guy who ushered in probably the great cycle of success in their history. And I mean, Xavi would immediately have, the great thing about when you hire someone like that is that obviously the fans are immediately on board with him, and you get more time, you get more patience. Also, has previously worked with some of the guys in the dressing room. That can be a difficult relationship to build, and there was question marks, as we've seen here recently, with Andrea Pirlo working with guys that he used to play with. Like I say, I appreciate Xavi would be a great hit with the fans for many reasons. Obviously, his history with the club, but I don't think this is the end of Barcelona's problems. I think this is a long road to recovery from here. I think this is a positive first step, but yeah, this could be an arduous journey.